On the success of your new album. It's gone gold already, right? Rave reviews from all the critics. And are you all surprised at all this, or did you think, nah, this is going to happen?
No, we never thought. We never thought that.
This is going to happen. No,
we didn't have any expectations, really.
We're surprised. I mean, but we're not really. We don't even think about it, actually.
We kind of watch the charts. I mean, it's kind of fun to call in and say, well, you know, how many people know about? What are the numbers? Yeah. That's fun.
Probably all your friends watching this said it was bound to happen anyway. And some of your friends that are on the album, REM. Tell me about how you all met.
You can tell the REM story.
All right. Well, we're friends. We met in Athens, where we play a lot. It's an hour away from where we live. We met Michael first. He asked us to write a song with him when we were playing one night at a bar. And so he wrote a song, and then we did the Athens Music Festival with him. And then from then on, we were kind of just friends. And we did pre-production for our record at the same place where they do pre-production in Athens, and they were in town, so they just came by and set in on the record, you know. So we needed them. We needed them to play that rock and roll song with us. And
they're on there along with a huge all-star guest list. Tell me about some of the other people.
Well, there's Jay Winding, who played piano for Jackson Browne and various other people.
J.D. Dougherty
from the Patti Smith group. Band. Paulinho DaCosta, well-known percussionist.
Who else? John Keane, who produced Strange Fire, which is our independent record that's going to be re-released, and Dee Dee Boat, a bass player from Atlanta, who's a friend of ours.
Hot House Flowers.
Hot House Flowers.
The boys from Ireland.
The good
great guys.
My favorites.
They're great.
And tell me about your producer on this album.
Scott Litt. He's a sweetheart. That's all we can say.
He did REM's last two albums, but that's not why we picked him. We picked him because he came out to hear us play and was interested in our music, and he talked about it in the way like he had a vision for the songs the same way that we envisioned them, so it was chemistry.
And you all both do the writing on the album?
Right.
Yeah, separately. Separate but equal.
All the arrangements are together.
Do you have a favorite song?
Well, I like Kid Fears sometimes, most, but
I don't really have a favorite. Depends on my mood. I mean, you know, like Land of Canaan's real boppy. If I'm in a poppy mood, I like that one.
My favorite's like, it's usually something to do with production if I like something the best. It's not like the songwriting, but...
Well, speaking of Land of Canaan, we've got it coming up in just a few minutes, but first, another favorite. This one is your favorite.
Well, yeah, Kate Bush. It's going to be running up that hill. Well,
Suzanne back with the Indigo Girls on Women in Rock, and we were talking earlier about your last album, Strange Fire, that's going to be re-released this year. Coming up, when is that?
November.
Coming up in November.
Yeah.
Now, how would you say that you all have changed, or your music has changed from that album to this one?
It hasn't changed. Our songwriting might be a little bit better, a little more focused, but
the sentiment is the same there, definitely.
And we put this album, the new album, has, you know, more stuff on it. The old album, Strange Fire, is just guitars, mandolin, and harmonica.
You all got into the production, you were telling me, too, on this new album. What all did you do?
Well, it was basically just like describing to Scott how we wanted the song to sound. Or maybe saying, well, we should add another guitar here at this part, or... I mean, I can't think of specifics right now, but...
Yeah, we played the songs live in the studio, recorded them, and then went and listened to them and decided, like, it was a teamwork thing, really. I mean, he was a big part of it, but we had, like, the say-so and stuff.
Did it turn out like you pictured it in the beginning?
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
Totally.
It's amazing.
Now, your next single is a song that was on Strange Fire, and you put it on this new album as well. Tell me about the video and the single.
Land of Canaan. It's Amy's upbeat rock and roll song. The video is all live. It was recorded live in Athens. We brought in a studio in a truck and parked it outside, and it's all live sound. It's very unslick. Totally unslick, but totally us.
And here it is, the unslick Land of Canaan on Women in Rock. Hey, what is the real story? You all said you weren't really actively, get down to business here. You said you weren't really actively seeking a record deal, so how did you get discovered?
Well, we were actively seeking a way to do our next album, but it was supposedly going to be in the independent mode, which would be either us doing another independent record or getting money from an independent company. But
we did send tapes out to major labels, though, just to see what would happen.
It was a fluke.
It's kind of for fun.
And, well, Tom Simonson was a college rep for CBS, a good friend of ours in Atlanta, and he sent a tape out to LA to Epic, and it sat on his desk for a while, this guy named Roger Klein, and then he was in town, and he dropped by to see us, and then he went back home and listened to the tape because he liked us, and then came back when we were opening for Nancy Griffith and brought his boss, and just like that. It's like a 2-month period of time.
So boom, it happened.
There was
all that
no
fast.
bidding war for us, though. They were the only ones.
That would be a story if someone told you that.
Yeah. They were the smart ones. Yeah, this has all happened so fast. Has it been at all scary or just exciting?
At first it was scary for me. It was really scary because it was kind of like going into the unknown. That's what I thought it would be like. It's not like that anymore, though. It's just having to be away from home so much for me is the hardest part. And everything else is pretty much handleable.
Yeah. I just got depressed because I didn't want to be... I was an independent market person. I was like, independent, you know, into this whole thing. So I was like, oh, God, am I selling out? But we haven't, so...
But you can't get 500,000 people to listen to your music when you're on an independent label. I mean, it's just a fact.
And they do the same things to you major labels do. I mean, if you know what I'm saying, they make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
They try to change you, too.
And you said you found that you can keep your independence somewhat anyway.
Yeah.
It's up to the individual.
We got the best of it. We were very fortunate.
And so many good sides to it. Like, do you remember the first time you heard yourself on the radio?
Well, that was happening locally in Atlanta for independent, when we put out our independent stuff, so.
And in the Southeast.
So that happened a long time ago, but it's still exciting to me.
Do you remember where you were?
I was in the car listening to
I think I was probably in the car.
96 Rock.
The big day happened.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
Do you have any advice for someone starting off where you all started off a few years back?
Do it because you love it, and for no other reason.
And make records on your own.
And don't worry about getting signed.
Yeah, get in the studio on your own as soon as possible because it's really fun and it gives you something to hold on to for the rest of your life.
And don't be cutthroat to other musicians.
Never.
Because you can all help each other out.
Absolutely.
Together.
You should.
Now, coming up next is someone who was discovered, I believe, in a bar in California.
Yes.
She's from Kansas. And she's got a brand new album out.
And she looks just like Amy.
She really does. Exactly.
Twins.
Hey, yeah.
She's a friend of ours. We give her a hard time. We'd like you to know that Amy had this great vest at one of our shows, and she told Melissa where she bought it, and then look, it shows up on the back of her album.
Just giving her, you know.
We're giving her a hard time.
We love her music.
She's terrific.
We love her.
So you're going to take a look at and listen to the new video by Melissa Etheridge. It's called No Souvenirs.
Listen. Hello.
Good one?
No, I mean, I've seen some old ones lately, but, you know, like old movies.
I just saw Shirley Temple in Heidi. That was great.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Now, I had never seen a Shirley Temple movie, so now I'm going to go out and rent them all.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's so cute.
Captain January.
I'll have to see that.
Oh, that is so good. Okay, if your fans want to write to you just for fun and tell you how wonderful you are, how much they love your shows, where can they get in touch with you?
Amy's phone number is...
And you can stay at Emily's house when you're in town. It's Indigo Girls, care of Russell Carter, 755 First National Bank Building, Decatur, Georgia, 30030.
Okay, so keep the letters pouring in, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Happy touring, and we'll see you next time on Women in Rock.